to Gino's spot. Ding.
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. One drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino's shot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Well, I'm Ronagar. I'm here for Gino's spot to do MC tonight. Wow, we're checking out. Sharon Jessop is here in the house tonight. We're going to be checking out all about the rhinos with Wayne Bolton. And we're going to check, we've got all sorts of stuff going on tonight. All sorts of stuff. I hope you have got a drink. Our father always said, have a drink. That's what he said. I always had a dream catcher in my room above my bed. Dream catcher. And then next to it, a picture of my father. Because next to dream catcher, you need a dream crusher. But he said all his children, we all sprang from the apes. All sprang from the apes. I didn't spring far enough, he said. Oh, my dad he's 11 years older than my mother. They were high school sweethearts. Well, he just wasn't that bright. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, okay, I don't know what that was. I don't know what it was. Just go laugh at that. Do it, okay. Eating it. That's right. We're going live on all sorts of platforms. All going. That's right. And what we're going to do is, tonight we are interviewing all about the world record. And it's all in aid of rhinos. Check rhinos. This here. Okay? That's the horn. Hello, Dawn Taylor. Nice to see you there as well. This here is horn. It's made of the same stuff as fingernails. Rhino horn is made of the same stuff as your fingernails and your toenails, except it's cleverly positioned on the rhino so that the rhino can't bite its nails. Check. Run fast. See, a rhino will outrun you. If you come up to a rhino, okay, first of all, if you see a rhino in front of you, just be brave. Don't run away. Because if you run, they're going to catch you. Can run for 40 k's an hour, 60 k's, I don't know, 120 k's an hour. Can outrun you, and it can also outswim you. If you watch out, go in the water, woohoo, it's gone. You haven't got a chance in the water. You haven't got a chance on the land. Only chance you have in a triathlon with a rhino is the bicycle. Only one, because it can't pull the brakes. Can't. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start off with a song. Let's do the song. Let's start off with a song. That's right. Let's check it out. And we're going to sing some of the comments. Put the comments next to the comments are coming up. All right. Here we go. I'm the king of the swingers zone, the jungle VIP. I've reached the top and had to stop, and that's what's bothering me. I want to be a man cub. Stroll right into town and be just like the other men. I'm tired of monkeying around. Oh, ooby-doo, I want to be like you. I want to walk like you, talk like you. Yeah, Cow Grand, I see you too. And ain't like me. Can't learn to be like someone like you. Brian Wilkinson is here. Yes, he is tonight. And Julian, his drums, he's here too, with the silent H in his name. That's right, drums. Sounds like drums. Carol Jacobs, the Cow Grand's here too. Oh, ooby-doo, I wanna be like you. Ooh, shooby-doo. I wanna walk like you, talk like you see it's true, shibbity-doo, pam pam creep. Hello Gino, making magic once again. Oh, all right. I see you, Pam. I see you. This is hectic. All right. All right. Brian Wilkinson, Gino, and Rhino. Now don't try to keep me man, girl. I made a deal with you. Teach me the power of man's red flower, and I can make dreams come true. I don't want to keep me man, girl. Tell me what to do. Teach me the power of man's red flower, so I can be like you. Oh, LaRue, messenger, hello, Baloo, eh. My kids call me Baloo, do they? I don't know why they call you Baloo. Can't learn to be like someone like you. Can't learn to be like someone like you. One more time. Can't learn to be like someone like me. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gino's Spot. I hope everybody's getting online nicely tonight. I don't know if we've had any internet hassles. There's been a lot of load shedding around. But tonight we have Sharon Jessop, and we're talking about rhinos, we're talking about running, we're talking about fitness, talking about all sorts of stuff. And we got on... we also the day today. Today is a good day. We're checking out what the day means, and it's apparently Poinsettia Day. Poinsettia Day. Look at that. We even got a poinsettia. Look at that. Isn't it lovely? The story is a Mexican story, I believe. The Mexican story was that the little girl. She didn't have a Christmas present. She didn't know what Christmas present to get, and they gave her a poinsettia. Let's have a look. Christmas flower. It's the flower of the Holy Night in Mexico, because they were revered. Because the legend recounts the story of a little girl, and she had no gift. She didn't have a present, and then an angel appeared and gave her a flower. Oh, it gave her the weed, because the father threw some weeds. He got some weeds, and the weeds sprouted a flower. This red flower. It's so lovely, isn't it? A nice poinsettia story. And we also got this day in history today as well, which I thought I'd put in here and there. So I asked the history page, and they came up with two things. First of all, in 1860, on the atom, there is, in fact, a picture. All this, I think, might even be on StreamYard here as well. I think I've got a picture on StreamYard, yes, of birches. Birches where you go and buy in PE, if you go and buy, you see that birches? Check it out. That one was in 1970s in Main Street. So in 1860, Trenley Birch started the first birches. That's 160 years ago. Now, that's a bloody old business, so well done to Birches. I don't know if anybody's watching or anyone can tag the guys from Birches, but amazing that it can be such a long-running company. And it started in Jetty Street, which is, of course, down there towards the Campanile, and they moved to Main Street. I think they moved to Rink Street, and I don't know where they're all over the place. Birches, amazing. Everybody got their school uniform from Birches. The other thing that happened on this day in 1860, that happened on this day in 1860, right? Now, also in 1859, the Grey Institute was built. Grey Institute, there it is, can you see it? Very nice, lovely building next to the Edward Hotel. And that was built as a school. It was Grey, obviously Grey was there first. And on this day, Thomas Baines was giving a lecture there. Thomas Baines, very historical character. He had some wonderful pictures. He was an artist and an explorer, incredible man. And he was there doing a lecture for the school kids. That school eventually became a Pearson High School. When it got to Grey got to 1,000 kids, and then they moved to Mill Park. 1,000 kids in that little building wasn't going to work, so they moved to Mill Park. And then, of course, we did Pearson High School was there, and then also it was Albert. There was another junior school that was there as well. I cannot remember the name now, but. It was also turned into Greenwood Priory, which the primary was, and finally moved on. And now the building's owned by MSC, the cruise liners, which are all in the harbour at the moment. I think. All right, so that was our little day in history. That was very nice. Little interesting fact here and there. I quite like history. I'm quite a history fan. Who was Carrots? Carrots in Jetty Street. We spoke about Carrots when Carol Law came on the show, and she was known to be quite batty, and she used to shout at people and she, oh massa, whatever. She used to, whenever they walked past Carrots, she would give a stick. I don't know if anybody else is. There's some relatives of Carrots still around, so they could. Albert Jackson Primary, that's it, Brian Wilkinson. You were quite right. I couldn't think of the name. Albert Jackson Primary became then Greenwood I think it closed in 1973 or so, 73 or 2 or 3, and it became Greenwood Primary. The Greenwood Primary took its motto as well. I think something Lux. Maybe Brian will know. Lux, something about light. I can't remember. Let there be light. I think it was let there be light. What that is in Latin. If there are any Latin people, they can let me know. That would be lovely. All right. So we first of all, thank you to our sponsors, Fitch and Leeds, of course. Fitch and Leeds, as well as Spa, which is also Spa, our sponsor as well. And then Amobia is providing our internet tonight. And Fitch and Leeds are here tonight with Justin. And we're going to see what Justin's got up his sleeve tonight for a drink. Let's have a look.
When the sun goes down and you need a little tickle, Fitch and Leeds have got a flavor for the people.
Hi guys, welcome to Magical Mixologist. I just want to take a moment of your time to show you some of the new Fitch and Leeds things over the next few videos. We'll be doing our new Fitch and Leeds non-alcoholic mocktail range called the Fitch and Leeds Moment. Super easy, super simple, and even the garnishing really isn't that much effort, guys. So as you can see here, I got a nice full glass of ice. I'm going to take my Shirley Temple, which is obviously raspberry and cream infused. Pour that right over onto the ice. Super easy. I'm worried that I could potentially be unemployed, but that is fine. And then we'll just garnish with a cherry. And if you really want to be Lani, pretentious, you can put it through the toothpick. Super easy, super simple.
Excellent. I think that it's very bespoke, but I think I'm going to bespoke it a little bit more, Justin, if that's all right. What would you say about that?
I think that's fine, but I think that's going to be bespiking it, not bespoking it.
Oh, that's a very good idea. Bloody marvelous, I tell you. Oh, Johnny.
Oh,
Got it.
can't forget about the magic wand cap.
Bloody marvelous! Shirley, dirty Shirley!
Fitch and Leeds have got a mixer that'll fix you on the table.
Fitch and Leeds, the bespoke mixer for the discerning individual.
All right, the drunken captain, very nice indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have tonight an interesting guest, our first little guest that we're going to put on. We're going to do a pre-show guest because obviously it's the second wave at the moment, and there are a lot of people worried about COVID. Hello, Gillian Warmanhove, lovely to see you here as well, always online. And I'm watching from Waterberg. I see Gillian Warmanhove from the Research Station. Oh, there we go. Fiat Lux. Yes, it was Fate Lux or Fiat Lux. I don't know. Fiat sounds like Fiat. Fate Lux. Indeed, that was the what I was looking for. I wonder if you were there. Shirley Temple looks so pretty. I think it was a dirty Shirley. That one with a little bit of it in it. Shirley Temple. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are going to bring on because of COVID. Everybody's worried about COVID at the moment. So there is something that Philip has discovered here, and a lot of people are using. Is Sean Skuman, who is here from Nurse to You. Nurse to You is they are doing COVID tests from home, and they're doing various things. So we're going to bring him on live just to tell us what's going on. Sean, welcome to Gino's Spot.
Hey, Gino, thanks for having me, man.
It's an absolute pleasure. It's lovely to have you. And I mean, you've got your work cut out for you at the moment with the second wave, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's been quite tough. The numbers are alarming, but we're doing our best to keep it under wraps at the moment.
Yeah.
We seem like we're winning the battle. but it's a challenge every day.
Yeah, and I know that you obviously Nurse to You does the testing, because I mean, you know, the thing that it's one of the stressful things about this thing is that you can be any sort of sniffle, or you get a slight headache, and then people are so worried about whether they've got COVID or not, and how soon they can start you know, how soon they need to get inside and start isolating if they need to, you know. So it's a difficult thing, and for you to come out to the homes is a great plan, great idea.
No, thanks. You know, we just saw a city in trouble, and you know, to get people who are ill to leave their homes to go get tested, it's not always possible. And we came up with the idea, and we're filling that gap quite nicely. And you know, to get something this serious under wraps is taking a lot of hard work from a lot of people, and we have a good few nurses on the front line fighting it, risking their lives for the better of humanity, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. We had some of those. I was doing an online show for some of those warriors from the Nurture Health group just yesterday. The nurses, the doctors, the nurses, they're on the front line. You know, we've got to be so thankful for those guys to go into that danger area all the time. And I'm sure you've got a lot of nurses that do it.
We've got quite a few, and you know, sometimes the work that they do goes unnoticed. In a time so difficult, when a city like Port Elizabeth is one of the biggest hotspots in the country at the moment, and every day they're getting up and working till late at night to test people, to make sure that people are okay, counselling people. It's really a tough job. So all credit has to go to them.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And so, well, tell us about Nurse to You, because especially for guys that are concerned, or they might end up in a situation where they need to get tested. So what do you do?
So we'll send a nurse out to you. You can call us on our office numbers. We're on Facebook at Nurse to You. We have a website, nursetouYou.co.za. If you feel like you've got a couple of the symptoms, and you're fearing that you've got COVID, we'll come out to you, we'll come test you, and you won't have to leave your home. We're also very prevalent in the workplace. We keep in a lot of the major automotive components guys, keeping their workplace safe, and trying to stop the spread as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like I said, it's for someone to come to your home. That's just incredible. I mean, you started out at the mines, I believe.
Yeah, we've been working. So my company, Synosa Trading, we're one of the first companies in South Africa to bring rapid testing to South Africa, and then we saw the need that you know, some of the labs aren't fulfilling. You have to go wait in long queues, and you know, people are very ill. To expect them to wait a few hours in their cars, etc. Although there's no other way to do it, there wasn't another way to do it at that time. No disrespect to the labs at all. I mean, those people are doing a fantastic job. But we needed to do something. We couldn't just stand by and watch a city or watch a country suffer. And we'll come out to your home. We'll test you in the comfort of your own home. And you know, our nurses are very, very very trained in COVID, and they know to counsel. They know what to do. And we also have a doctor who we're working under, Dr. Conrad van Hagen, the well-known Springbok team doctor. And he's always available to lend a hand in advising on what to do when you start showing symptoms and when it gets severe.
Okay, cool. I think we can maybe if you plonk your details in the comments as well once you're out, that'll be great. Thank you so much, man. And the work that you're doing is incredible. Like Sean, he's frozen there for about. Oh, there you go. We're back in bits. Thanks, Sean. Thanks so much for coming on, man. And we're gonna stick your details in the comments as well. And if people are worried, they can just get hold of you. That's a fantastic service that you're giving, and out there on the war front, you know, the front lines.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
It's a pleasure, man. Just that website. Just that website again.
It's www.nursetouYou, the word nurse, the number 2 and the letter U.co.za.
Oh man, okay. Nurse, I see she's written nurse 4, you nurse 2,
No,
not
nurse
divide
2,
that by 1 by 2 there, yes. Thanks, Tara. All right. Thank you very much, Sean. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It was a big honor. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. All right. All right. That's Sean Skuman. All right. So he's helping with any COVID testing that you need, and they can send somebody out to you. That's fantastic. It's fantastic. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the time when we are going to put on our get our guest online. She's at a world record. A world record indeed for she's run more than 76 times every single day, 76 days in a row, and she's still going. She's going for 101, and she's going to finish at the end of the year. Every single day she's running 21Ks. I don't know how she does it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do a little introduction to Sharon Jessop.
Just a couple of minutes before breaking the world record, Sharon is hopeful that this will attract a lot of attention around rhino poaching. 76 consecutive half marathons later, she believes that this will send a strong message.
My thing is rhino conservation, and as you can see, I actually have a little tattoo of a rhino on my wrist to remind me of my cause, which is the One Land Love It Foundation, and they are all about rhino conservation and anti-poaching initiatives, but also a lot of community involvement, because we all believe that unless you can involve your community and your community is actually benefiting from the game reserves, from the game parks, then we'll never be able to save our rhinos.
But her goal has made her life a series of hard work. Training is an essential part of her daily life.
The training that I did was, I'm a fitness trainer by trade. So normally I would work out for about 45 minutes. Okay, my classes are about 45 minutes. And then I would go and do a run of about an hour at a time. Okay, so the only difference now is instead of working out for 45 minutes and doing strength training, I'm now basically running for 2 hours a day.
And of course, being a step closer to your dream can be nerve-wracking. In her case, just the last 4 rounds of 5 kilometers will make her an unofficial Guinness World Record holder.
This morning I was feeling a bit emotional, and now it's a mixture of feeling excited and nervous for some other reason. And I just said to all my fellow runners, my running family, that it's quite weird because this is the first day I'm actually feeling a bit nervous. But yeah, it's the most unreal feeling. It's like, is it actually happening?
Sharon is adamant she'll finish her 101st consecutive half marathon on the 31st of this month. The final run will take place from Kragakama Game Park, just outside Port Elizabeth. Anda Ngonji, SABC News, Port Elizabeth.
All right, and let's call on Sharon. All right, Sharon, how's it? How you doing, man?
Absolutely fabulous. How are you, Gino?
I'm very good. I would hope that you're feeling. I gather you've got over the stiffness by now. After how many days is it now?
Today was the 82nd consecutive half marathon. So yeah, I don't really get all that stuff anymore.
Holy moly, Sharon! I mean, and every day you do it now is another world record. You're breaking your own record every time.
Basically, yes, but obviously there's a lot of admin involved. I always say to people, the running is actually the easy bit. It's all the admin that is probably going to break the camel's back.
I know, and I mean, not only that, but doing stuff like this as well, interviews, marketing, the whole thing to try and get the thing going. It must be absolutely insane.
The interviews are the fun part. That's really, I really don't mind those because, I mean, let's face it, the whole idea is to get massive awareness going for the One Land Love It Foundation and also for the community chest of the Eastern Cape. So we definitely welcome the interviews. So thank you to guys like you that actually, pay attention to the cause.
Absolute pleasure. No problem at all. And I mean, also for me, it's all about PE and showing people what PE are doing. We're not just sitting back. You make us feel good about ourselves, Sharon.
Well, thank you so much. But I have amazing help as well. I've got. The running fraternity in Port Elizabeth has been absolutely amazing. It's just been such a blessed journey. It really has been phenomenal. So it's not just me, myself, and I've got a lot of help. I mean, Wayne and Nikki, for instance, they have probably been to every single run so far. Maybe they've missed one or two, but you know, everybody's just been absolutely amazing. And I really do believe that all these amazing people that run with me, I call them my running family because they are. They've really come through. PE people are just the best.
Yeah, they are. They're not scared to get involved as well, which I absolutely love. I know we've got some comments coming through. I see CC. Hello, Sunshine Sharon. There we go. Not just PE's brightest stars, but also the most beautiful of people. That's my experience as well. You know, I know that are you PE born and bred, Sharon, or did you come in later?
I'm Eastern Cape born and bred. I was actually born in Grahamstown, moved to Fort Beaufort, which is a small little town about 220 km from here.
Lovely place, Fort Beaufort.
Absolutely. And yeah, I moved here in 1991. So I've officially lived in Port Elizabeth for longer than I've ever lived in Fort Beaufort. So I consider myself
29 years.
Correct. Yes. Now I'm giving my age away. Hey.
You know.
I do consider myself a Port Elizabethan.
I mean I'm so glad it's Eastern Cape because this is an Eastern Cape show. You know, it really does. It gets out to we've got some guests from Queenstown, from Greystown, Fort Beaufort. They all sort of pop in every now and again and say hello. So hopefully they'll be saying hello to you as well.
Let's hope so. Yes, my old hometown.
Yeah. No, and so you were you at school here as well? Not.
No, I actually matriculated at Fort Beaufort High School, which is now no longer a high school. It's just a junior school, you know. But that was a very, very long time ago, Gino.
Yeah, all right. Sharon, we won't bring that up.
Please don't.
No. Oh my word. But I mean, yeah, and got into, I mean, exercise, running, training. I think that's your thing, really. You do a blog as well, don't you?
I do, yes. But yeah, running is absolutely my first love in life, next to obviously my family and rhinos.
Yes.
But yeah, I've got a blog also called Go Well with Sharon. And then I also have a little TV show on MPK TV, you know. So that all goes hand in hand. It's all about travel, tourism, conservation. So yeah, I just decided, you know what, can't run, have legs, so let's let the legs do the talking for the rhinos.
Yeah, no, and I know. I mean, so you were obviously running and think before you started getting involved, sort of social stuff, or has that always been a passion for you to get involved in animals? Animal lover, obviously.
Totally. You know, I've always owned animals all through my life. I remember. Sorry, I think I was covering my little microphone there. I remember as a child in Fort Beaufort many years ago, I actually smuggled a little kitten into the house and hid it, obviously with my father's help. We hid this kitten for 2 weeks because my mom never wanted a cat.
Oh no!
And then she ended up spoiling the kitten rotten, you know. So it actually became a cat.
I think that's why. It's exactly why she didn't want a cat, because she knew she was going to get hooked. I think so.
Totally.
I see. BB's saying hello to you. I don't know if you can see the comments coming up. She says, "Go Sharon, we're rooting for you here in the US," from BB and Storm.
Yes, I can actually see that. Hi, BB. Hi, Storm. You do know that Storm did an amazing song called Ghost, which, and I'm just going to actually do some impromptu promoting here. The video,
yes, do it.
Video is actually going to be showcased in Hollywood and in the UK because they did an amazing video. And
that's
Storm
fantastic.
was actually born in South Africa, and she's now living and working in the USA. And yeah, absolutely amazing young artist, young and upcoming singer-songwriter. So yeah, how
XPE.
I don't actually know. Maybe Vivi can just tell us in the comments whether
Yes, it's Storm from PE. Right, yeah, We want to say hello to her as well if she was, and Bibi. Fantastic. And so, okay, so obviously animals. How did you get in touch with this? Tell us a little bit about the rhino story as well, because and about the story getting to your world record.
Okay, so basically, you know, a lot
Oh,
of
there's a
us-
little picture first. There's a little picture first. Just one little pic to jog your memory a little bit.
Oh yes. Picture of me eating Nikki's cupcakes. If you haven't
Lovely.
if you haven't had Nikki Bolton's cupcakes, you haven't lived.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Nikki makes the best
Okay.
cupcake ever.
Oh, lovely. Well, get them on. Put them online, Nikki, so that we can buy some.
Yes,
All right.
I think so too. So basically, what happened with me, you know, with the show that I've got on MPK TV that used to be Bay TV, I interviewed William Folds and actually got to know Will quite well, and went out to Amakala on a number of occasions, and you know, spoke to him about rhino conservation, and actually listened to his whole story about the pinnacle point where he decided to dedicate his life to rhino conservation, you know.
Okay.
And then, of course, I've had previous interactions and dealings with Wayne and Nikki from the One Land Lovett Foundation. Always loved their work. Always, you know, you just get some people that gel with you. And Wayne and Nikki are those people. They're just amazing humans and just so much compassion and passion in their hearts for not just our rhinos, but also for our communities, you know.
Yes.
And then I made I call it a mistake because I think it changed me forever. I actually watched the movie Strip, okay? I don't know if you've seen that, and if you haven't, I would absolutely recommend that each and every person watches that movie because
Strip, you say, eh?
Strip, yes, it's STR.
Strip was strip. Strip
yes,
was
and
strip.
then- That's it, yes.
Oh, near.
But not the syrupy stuff.
Okay.
The actual movie about rhino poaching, done by
wow.
Barney DeVod and Susan, can't remember Susan's surname. But it's actually a journey into the rhino poaching circles, and it's quite graphic. So if you're a sensitive viewer, just be aware of that. But you know, you get that point in your life where you realize that it's not good enough to just care about a cause, that you actually have to do something. And I think that movie was it for me, because even visiting Will and watching some of the footage that he's got of rhino poaching scenes, of some of the horrific things that humans do to rhinos, didn't really hit home as hard as that movie hit me.
Okay.
And that, for me, was the point where I decided I can no longer stand by and proclaim to care and not actually do something. You know? But then you kind of have an idea and it marinates a bit and it marinates some more. And I had some discussions then with Wayne and Nikki. And here I am running for rhinos, eh?
Yes, so it is incredible. I see. Here's another pic. Which you can have a look at. Who's that with you there? Coming in with you there, Sharon?
Okay, so I had all my trusty road warriors on the. Obviously, there's me on the. Okay, the way I'm looking at it from here is my left-hand side, so the left-hand side of the screen.
Yes.
And then there's Michelle van der Vat next to me. And Michelle's actually done quite a few half marathons with me. There's Atty Williams, also one of my really trusty people. There's Hanson Singapi that I've known for 20 years, believe it or not.
Oh, my word.
There's Luvuyo Bangazi.
Luvuyo, yes, from the MBDA.
Yes, and quite a well-known triathlete. And Henry,
absolutely.
Michelle's husband, Henry actually completed his 30th half marathon with me today. So can you believe it? These guys are
He's going to carry on when you're going. Oh, there we go. There's you having some refreshment afterwards. I see from the Fitch and Leeds bunch.
Oh yes, Samantha's been absolutely amazing. And the Fitch and Leeds bunch have been absolutely amazing. We've had a continued supply of protein to go. keeping us strong and healthy and fit.
Well, it must get down to being almost a science. I mean, when you started out, what was the date that you started?
I started on World Rhino Day, the 22nd of September.
22nd September. So it's been going every single day. I mean, surely what about shoes? I mean, do you go through shoes in this?
Absolutely. I'm on my third pair of shoes so far.
Really?
But thankfully, Coetzee, South Africa has come on board and they're sponsoring my shoes at this point in time. Because as you would know, Gino, running shoes are they can be expensive. It can be part of the costly affair.
Yes, it can be, especially if you're running. I mean, how many kilometers will that be by the time you get to the end of it? How many Ks would you have run?
Approximately 2,200.
It's like Joburg and back, you know what I mean?
Just about, yeah.
Unbelievable. And there's another group shot there of everybody. I love that. I want to just say there's a couple of other photos here. I want to just get some of your team members, I presume, because you must have a team that assists you and keeps you motivated.
Absolutely. I've always maintained that something like this you can't actually do all by yourself. This is a collective. It's a team effort. It's not a solo thing. And I'm just ever so grateful for all these people. And these people have really become my family. From a few strangers, a few old runners that I've known from many years of road running. But really, I think some of these fellows and fellowesses will be friends for life after this.
Right, it's
because
incredible.
They've just been phenomenal, honestly.
Yeah, amazing. And it's because anything else that somebody say. I mean, like a runner like myself, I run 3 times a week or whatever. But and you run shorter distances. But I mean, a half marathon every single day. There must be other things that you have to think about your health wise. I mean, how have you kind of prepared yourself for it?
I basically because as you know, I am a fitness trainer by trade as well.
Yes.
So normally I would do my 45 to 50 minutes of strength training and then go and run for about an hour or so. And over weekends do the longer runs. And my thing is actually trail running. And that also makes you super strong,
Yes.
It's really just phenomenal to, and it's easier on the body. But the reason why I decided to do this on the road is because I tend to roll my ankles on trails. Because you become a bit too adventurous at my age too often. Yes. But also, I'm a firm believer, having now gone into this, like today was 82 days, that you can't really train for something like this. You kind of get fit on the trot. Because running, as you know, it's all about consistency. It's about getting out there, getting those shoes on, and just hitting the road and running every single day. And obviously, we have pushed the pace from time to time, but in terms of health and injuries, today was actually one of those days. As Abby commented on my Strava, today really was a wild run. The pace was a bit wild, but it was awesome. It was awesome.
But you've got to. I mean, I'm sure you've got to watch it. I mean, it's like the comrades. You can't just push the pace, because as soon as you start pushing your pace, then your legs get that little bit more tired, and you've got to keep the consistency. You've got to basically recover while you running every run. You've got to recover one day. That's all you got.
Absolutely, and it's not even a full day sometimes, But obviously, your nutrition is so important. I do. I use the Herbalife nutrition, so I make sure that my nutrition is on point. That I use my recovery drinks. I don't skip meals. I don't starve myself. Actually, in fact, I eat like a horse at the moment. And I try not to eat too much of the wrong stuff and all the right stuff.
Yes.
But the main thing is just staying healthy, staying in the zone. And I think a positive mindset, that definitely helps so much. You've got to remain positive. You've got to be happy doing what you're doing. Because if you don't, then You know,
Yeah.
if you don't like what you're doing, then why are you doing it in any event?
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's true. You
And
got
I mean,
it. You got it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I can honestly say that even the real crappy runs I've enjoyed because those are the ones that build character.
Yeah. You're like, yes, I done it. Yes. I see
Indeed.
Wendy's asking if you run a different route each day.
Yes, Wendy, it depends because also as part of this whole run, I'm promoting Port Elizabeth-based businesses. So it depends on which business we're promoting on which particular day. So I've been very blessed with Jan and Irene van Eden. They've worked out all my routes around these businesses. They've measured them, they verified them. So it is dependent on which business we're promoting. Then we run from there. It's mostly loops. So we do between the shortest one we've got is a 2-looper and the longest one is a 5-looper. So we run loops around the businesses so that we're visible, people can see us. Yeah.
Yes.
And, you know, if you drive past your hoot, we wave.
Yes. Yeah. Good. So if they see you, they've got a hoot.
Definitely.
I love that. Oh, and tell me, tomorrow you're running again tomorrow, obviously. So whereabouts you'll be running tomorrow?
So tomorrow we're running from Vision Mart Optometrist, which is right next to Sportsman's Warehouse at the William Moffat Center, and that will be a 3-looper.
Okay.
And I believe that you are joining me tomorrow.
Philippa wants to come and join, so we'll run a bit with you. I don't know if we can make the whole lot, you know. I don't often do 21s. Like LaRue says, what do you know about the comrades? You're quite right, LaRue. I've just heard, you know, that you have to watch your pace. Because I've had a couple of speedsters going flat out at the comrades and they finish halfway. Oh, no. But Shay, we'll get into the rhino stuff now, and I've got a guest that's going to come and join us, and you know him well, of course. We've got Wayne, and we've got a little video to start it off. Let's have a look.
As Baba Dayum says, in the end, we will conserve only what we love. We will love only what we understand, and we will understand only what we are taught. The Oli Conservation Community Care Pack project is a project where we are providing care packs to 2,600 children who live in the Nomatamsankwe community on the border of Addo Elephant National Park. This conservation community has been hard hit by COVID, so we felt that it would be important to provide some support and encouragement to 3 selected schools, AV Bukani, Samkelwe, and Vusumzi. It is so important for us to be in touch and connected with the Nomatamsankwe community, as everything that happens in this community has a direct impact on Addo Elephant National Park and the wildlife within its borders. Our goal as the Oli team was to head out to these 3 individual schools and deliver a strong conservation message, teaching these children about conservation issues and also encouraging the children to use what they have in their hands to make a difference in the conservation landscape. Each child will receive a care pack which includes an educational insert with a strong conservation message, as well as a basic meal for a family of 4, a few treats, a mask and a beanie, and the girls will also receive reusable sanitary pads. One Land Lovers is grateful for this opportunity to collaborate with Addo Elephant National Park and would like to say thank you to all of our sponsors and everyone who made this project a success.
That's marvelous. And now we're gonna introduce now Wayne Bolton. He came from Zambia originally, I believe, African soil, and Zimbabwe. Settled in SA, married 27 years here, and 2 children. He runs his own industrial relations consulting and recruitment business. But not only got that, he's got time for all sorts of stuff, including helping you, Sharon. I see Vivian saw that rhino in Warman. That absolutely has been traveling around everywhere, that rhino. Says here, Wayne has a passion for conservation, and he was a qualified field guide for the Kruger and the Addo areas. He volunteers at sand parks as an honorary ranger, and he was previously chairman of the Addo region. He does these endurance stuff as well. So I presume that's where you have this likeness, this endurance stuff. And his desire to make a difference in this world is amazing. Obviously he started Ollie, which we're going to hear about. So welcome onto the screen, Mr. Wayne Bolton. There we go. I'm all big and you're all small. We'll go the same size now. There we go. left some more. There. Hit it. Yes, there we go. That's better. Oh, Wayne, we need to unmute you. I think you're going to try. There we go. That's beautiful.
Okay,
That's
so let me
beautiful.
say again, hi Gino, hi Sharon, and hi everybody else as well. Nice to
Hello,
be here.
Wayne.
How's it, Wayne?
How's it?
Man, so Wayne, I mean, how did you two meet, first of all?
Sharon, I think it might have been when you were planning your Cape Town to PE run, and I just finished our first expedition, and Sharon came to chat, and we just shared ideas about marketing and so on. I think that was the first time that I actually met Sharon, so it was quite a while ago now, probably 2015 or 2016, I think.
2017.
Okay, she was
2017.
2016 that we met.
Yeah.
I think you need to tell people what that initial thing was. That trip that you made for 6,000 Ks or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
From where to where? Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was a hell of a long ride on a mountain bike, you know. So very much the same
There we go.
journey as Sharon has just mentioned. I think a personal journey
Yes.
as well as the need to move from caring to doing, to do something about conservation. And so I symbolically joined all the sand parks reserves. I started
Okay.
in Kruger at Pafuri, and I rode from gate to gate, you know, Mapungubwe, Marakele, all the way around the country to the Richtersveld in the northwest, and then back around to the Garden Route, and I finished in Addo. So it was a 6,000 K ride over 2.5 months, averaging 100 Ks a day. And then we joined the private reserves in 2017 just to finish the loop all the way from PE to the Mozambique border, where we put a sign at the Mozambique post saying, please close the gate, because they're very porous there. So, yeah,
Okay.
that's why Sharon's inspired us so much. She's doing, you know,
Yeah.
something so similar, if not more, you know, so incredible.
Yes. I mean, so you saw that, Sharon. You thought, wow, what a nice. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Indeed.
But you were talking about going all the way back then as well. You say, Sharon.
Yes, I actually approached Wayne and Nikki. I think it was last year, if I'm not mistaken. Wayne, you can correct me if I'm wrong. To actually do Wayne's frontier ride, which he did from Kokakama Game Reserve to the Mozambique border, but to run it in reverse. You know, also obviously for the One Land Lovers Foundation and for rhino conservation. So, yeah, that's on the cards for next year.
Yes. Okay. So that's on the cards for next year. Well, we'll talk about next year later, just a little bit later. But I think Wayne, tell us a little bit about Ollie.
Yeah, Gino, so, you know, on the back of those 2 expeditions, the organization has just developed and grown. You know, we came into contact with so many like-minded people, such as Sharon, game parks, just partners as well in like Nelson Mandela Bay tourism, sandparks, the private reserves. And this is our passion. So you've got to be passionate to get on a bicycle and do something like that, and you've got to do something about your passion as well and make a difference. So it gave birth really to the One Land Love It organization, which has now become a fully fledged non-profit organization with a board of directors properly constituted and accounted for and all of that. And with a proper plan to actually just, on a more concerted basis, make a difference for not only rhino, but, conservation in general, mostly your large mammals. And so that's where we are now.
And obviously the community, we're talking about the communities around these game parks. I see BB saying they're awesome, that this initiative helps young girls with feminine hygiene products as well. That's the community thing as well, If you help the community around these parks where there's poachers, there's stuff, because if you think that poacher's going to have to come through the area, he's going to have to hang around. There's no two ways about it. If the community is vigilant, I presume it would help them.
Yeah, look, you're quite right. It's a huge factor, and these communities, we've got to have a holistic view when we talk about conservation, and you can't exclude communities. As my wife Nikki says, it's the other side of the fence. What is going on the other side of the fence? And those communities need to have an investment in the park. The park needs to have an investment in the communities, and that's what we try and inculcate in them, some kind of an acknowledgement or just an emotional connection with what is happening on the other side of the park and where they fit in with first world people driving around in fancy cars and so on. They have a role to play, and we try and help them to understand that.
We've got to get the tourism in, and the money comes with that, and then uplifts the entire everybody. I think that's
absolutely
the secret.
And
I mean, these and I've got a lot of people come from overseas to see it. There's nowhere else you can do it. It's the Eastern Cape. We're talking to Sharon, a child of the Eastern Cape as well. It's for Beaufort and all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Sharon, you do a tourism blog as well, or the program that you do.
Yes, absolutely. And in the new year, I'm actually going to be teaming up with the Eastern Cape Parks and Tourism Agency to promote the Eastern Cape as a travel destination for South Africans. Because we just believe that we've got the best of everything here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We do, and we've got to, and then obviously, Wayne, you guys would help to protect that thing. Was there rhinos? I mean, I don't know if you've heard any stats at the moment. Has it come down during COVID? Has it gone up? What's kind of the status at the moment?
Yeah, the poaching did come down during lockdown, and the reasons are quite obvious. People were locked down. There were curfews, and those with horns or plans to take horns couldn't get them out of the country. So, but as lockdown has slowly unraveled, the poaching has increased, and so we've had incidents already in Shishuli on Coetzee. We've had 4 rhino poached there. We've had 2 dehorned rhino poached in Pilansberg. We've had sandparks people arrested in Kruger for involvement. So it's already getting up to a plane where people who have lost out on income are now no doubt going to try and make up for lost time.
Try and make it up.
Yeah.
It's because it all revolves around the money, isn't it? I mean, it's if it's rare, tell me about this. What is that going on here?
Okay, so we tried during the lockdown period, really inspired by our daughter Laura, who's helping with the marketing. She wanted to do something in particular during the COVID time to help those that were battling. And so the anti-poaching units really were our focus, and I did some motivational talking with them over online, but we also provided them with some spa vouchers and just to go and assist them with their basic needs.
Philippa's on
as
it.
well as care pack. There we go, Philippa. Well done. Yeah. So it was just our way of supporting anti-poaching, initiatives and raising morale for those guys so they can get these poachers that are upping their game at this stage. So.
And these guys?
They also not the kind that I actually want to meet in an alley in North End somewhere. Yeah, they're hardcore. All anti-poaching units. Obviously, some of them don't want to be exposed. But we gave them care packs. Just
so they're used to masks, you mean? Eh?
Yeah. You sort of pop up in a bush from behind you with a big gun at your back. That kind of, but it's a legitimate mask. So yeah, they're great guys, and they deserve all the help that we can give them from our side and from people like Sharon's side that are helping us with our cause as well.
I see Viv has got a wonderful idea there. He said invent a non-intrusive thing that attaches the horns, so that when the poachers cut the horn, they get sprayed with the indelible dye, bright red, that glows in the dark.
That sounds very cool.
So it does sound very cool. They'll be easy to spot in the night.
Yeah.
Oh my word. And this what's happening over here? Not in our province?
Yeah, so Gino, we besides the helping with the rhino conservation per se and awareness and so on, we also activists, and we make sure that we pop our heads up when need be. And this was actually in Grahamstown with the Ndlovu coaches, the gang that have just had their 25-year sentence upheld in an appeal.
Yeah.
So we just really gather civil society to say, we need to put our foot down. The last giant mammal that went extinct was the woolly mammoth. Most of them 10,000 years ago. Next to rhino. If we can't save the rhino, we can't save the other animals. So let's make sure that there's proper penalties.
Absolutely.
For poaching.
That looks like a baby rhino. It's lovely.
Yeah, so that's our baby with a baby rhino, and Careful Wild Africa are one of the the institutions that we try and help, and they do an amazing job with the calves that are left orphaned after their mothers are poached, mostly in Kruger. So things like milk powder when there's an emergency coming in, we try and assist where we can, or get people to help us assist. So that's many people doing great work out there.
If do you need more people?
Yeah,
you know what? Assistance?
The reality is the only way that we're going to win the battle. It certainly can't be done by our small non-profit organization. Even when you've got people creating as big waves as Sharon is, we actually need as many people in the public to get behind us and to help with the awareness by supporting things that we do online. We've got certain initiatives, and
there we go. There's something, eh?
Yeah, this is one of them. So this is our international project. Every year we do the Ollie Move. We had 30 countries around the world participating this year. So ruling the world from Nelson Mandela Bay. That's us. And we try and encourage people to do something, be it climb a mountain or something of
do a world record,
or just a little, like Cheshire Homes did a movement with their wheelchairs, and it's just to show graphically we need to move from caring to doing, and that's the message through the Ollie Move that we do every year. Sharon's first 10 days were actually part of the Ollie Move campaign for us this year as well. A dramatic one.
Magic. And I see the little kids at the lots of the school stuff, education, I presume.
Yeah, so education, as you heard in that quote from the clip that we showed earlier, is the key. Without the education, the kids will never learn to understand about wildlife, and they will never know why they should conserve. So we've had amazing experiences with the children. I absolutely love it. Just teaching them about not just rhino, but the importance of the environment. My wife Nikki has a very good school program running where kids can get involved by drawing and colouring in. We've got Ollie as an action figure that teaches them about turning off taps and picking up rubbish. But it makes them
Yes.
think. When you're a kid and you're drawing a rhino, you're coloring in a rhino, in your mind creatively, you think, why? And that's the message we're trying to get across.
Okay. And now, obviously, Sharon's going to be talking about what she's going to do next year as well. But I know for you guys, Wayne, as a last thing, anybody, the website, you guys got a website, and I see you got competition where if you spot the rhino, you said it. What is that about as
Yes.
well?
I saw somebody comment just now. We saw Ollie in Warmer, so we've got a competition going called Where's Ollie, and as part of the awareness campaign, if you see Ollie, take a photograph and post him on our Facebook page. You can find it under One Land Love It, and you might win a prize. We've got a weekly prize. Just a little bit of fun, but go and find us as well on oneland.co.za, and you'll see what we're about. We've got quite a big social media presence. If you search One Land Love It, you'll find it.
Oh, excellent!
Gino, can I just say something as well,
Yes.
if I may?
Go for it.
When I see Sharon, I just am amazed at how in this time of adversity, somebody can be so inspiring. It's something that we really need, and so kudos, Sharon, for actually this rising above the circumstances and showing people that despite the trauma and the drama that's going on, there's more out there, and we can do things that are bigger than ourselves. So it's an inspiration, and we're proud that you're doing this for us and for Community Chess. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Wayne.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Wayne, and all the support from us. Whenever you need us, let me know what we can do. No problem.
Super. Thank you so much.
Right. It's a pleasure, Wayne. All right. So Sharon, just as a finale for you now, we need to know what you're going to be doing going forward. I know this COVID thing has been hectic. You've been running every single day, so you've been very busy. so what is looking forward? What are you doing?
Okay, so obviously the issue of rhino poaching and rhino conservation, and also interacting and educating our communities, is an ongoing thing. It's not a once-off. So basically what I am going to do next year, also starting on World Rhino Day, I'm going to run the route that Wayne did in 2017, his frontier ride, in reverse. So I'll start from the Mozambique border and make my way back to Port Elizabeth. And once again, that is to really promote the fact that we need to get our communities involved in conservation. We need to take care of our communities. We can't expect our community members to be passionate about conservation if they see these rich tourists coming and going, and they don't benefit from these game farms, So there is a plan behind the plan, and there's always an ulterior motive, and the ulterior motive really is to save the rhinos and to save the people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I totally am behind you, Sharon. So when it happens, let us know, and obviously we'll keep abreast of what's going on as well with till you get 101.
Awesome.
Is that the 31st of December? Is that right?
That's right. Yes, that will be my final day, and there will be some celebrations. Obviously, we will comply with all the COVID regulations, etc.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
But
yes.
also, I just want to mention when you're full of, and I can see you still listening here, Wayne.
Yes. He's here.
They're so full of compliments towards me, but I must just mention that Wayne and Nikki was also my inspiration for doing this, so the feeling's absolutely mutual, and it works both ways.
Oh, thank you. That's a good tribute, Wayne. Amazing job that you guys are doing, and really warriors with this stuff, Sharon, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for giving us your time tonight. It's been great. And getting to know you.
Absolutely. And there's also been some other amazing people in the media in Port Elizabeth, like Rob Taylor. Hi, Rob. How are you?
Yes, Rob.
They've basically been interviewing me every single week. So Bay FM, big kudos to you guys. Been absolutely amazing. Rob and Gareth, they've been truly amazing. So as I mentioned right from the outset, this is a team effort. It is not a solo thing. Many people helping me on this journey, and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm just happy to play my small little part, in rhino conservation.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing. It's about just being a doer. You can't just sit back and complain or say, oh no, it's terrible that you're actually one of those doers, and we love that. We love that. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you so much.
All right, Sharon, it's going to be competition time, so we can put you backstage, and it's the competition time now, ladies and gentlemen. The final thing, we're going to do a song, and thank you to Fitch and Leeds, and thank you. Put our banner up there as well, Philippa. You can stick the banner up as well, just to make it our sponsors, Fitch and Leeds, and of course Spa and Amobia, which has disappeared. It's got very dark behind here. It's very mysterious. I'm not sure why, but anyway. We're going to end off Gino's spot with a song, and with the we need the song and the name of the artist in the comments. Be the first to name the song. Don't worry about the album. Just the song and the name of the artist is absolutely fine. And we're going to stick on the song and switch to the drum cam right now. All right, switch to the drum cam. All right, here we are, and we're going to do the drums in true African style. All right, just the name of the artist and the name of the song in the comments, and you will win Fitch and Leeds, a case of Fitch and Leeds we send to you no matter where you are in the country. All right, let's hit it.
Sinking low, scatterings and fugitives, hooded eyes and weary brow, seek refuge in the night. They are the scatterings of South Africa, each uprooted one, on the road to burn mountain, where the world began.
Woo! Just stick it on one. All right, here we go, and keep me in. The show's over and it's time to say goodbye. All right, we got it. All right, we got it. We got it. There we go. All right, check. Oh, focus. Thank you for joining us in Gino's spot. Alan Hookins, you won it. We'll send it to you. I'll get hold of you in the comments. Thank you to Fitch and Leeds, and thank you to Spa with no banners. All right. Thank you to Spa, thank you to Amobia. We'll see you on Tuesday. Ciao, thank you to Spa. All right, and Fitch and Leeds. All right.
sit down. Coming out of PE town. No drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino shot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and